Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Nabil Aiman bin ALIAS and my matric number is B0919104661 and I'm from 3BMMH 1/1. This is my supervisor, Encik Azwan bin Aziz, and my topic for this study is determination of background indoor air pollutants and thermal comfort in Faculty of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering Technology UTEM. So this is my presentation outline. I will start present from introduction, problem statement of the study, objective and scope, literature review, method for this research, and lastly my future work and conclusion for the study. So I will start by explain briefly about indoor air quality and thermal comfort. According to Lee and Chang, indoor air quality is the air quality within and around building and structures. It is important for the comfort of individual and health. However, bad indoor air quality will enhance the chances of long-term and short-term health issues. Thermal comfort is the condition of the mind in which satisfaction is expressed with the thermal environment. However, Nicole also stated that the thermal comfort act as a guideline for a building system provide an indoor environment that comfortably toward human inside the building. The problem for the study is many researchers found that most people spend 90% of their time indoor. According to World Health and Organization WHO, found that 3.8 million people die annually from illness attributable to indoor air pollution. Environmental Protection Agency EPA also state that the level of indoor air pollutant are often 2 to 5 times higher than outdoor levels, and in some cases, this level can exceed 100 times of outdoor level of the same pollutant, and also indoor air quality as one of the top 5 environmental risks to public health. These are the objectives for this research. The main objective for this study is to determine the indoor air pollutant concentration in lecture room at FTKMP building based on ICOP 2010, Industry Code of Practice on Indoor Air Quality 2010. However, the specific objective are to measure the level of indoor air pollutant and thermal comfort parameter at lecturer office room in FTKMP building. The second objective is to identify the significant factor that influencing indoor air quality and thermal comfort at lecturer office room in FTKMP building. And the last objective is to associate the relationship between indoor air pollutant and thermal comfort at lecturer office room in FTKMP building. The next one is the scope of this research. The scope of this study will only use standard based on ICOP 2010. This study only focus about the indoor air quality and thermal comfort in Factory 3 FTKMP building. The data parameter will be obtained are ozone, total volatile organic compound, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, relative humidity, temperature and air velocity. The time frame of the study will be conducted between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. However, only selected lecturer office room in Factory 3 FTKMP building will be measured for indoor air quality measurement according to the universal sampling. The questionnaire only distribute to all staff in Factory 3 FTKMP building but not include student. Then we move to the literature review. These are the literature review that already been summarized, where the first literature is about the indoor and outdoor air quality investigation at schools in Hong Kong. These studies define the amount of various indoor air pollutant in Hong Kong school, compare the major values to applicable standard, and also recommend ways to reduce school children exposure to harmful pollutants. Next study is about the critical review of air pollution health effect with special concern on respiratory health. This study describes on how air pollution affect on respiratory and cardiovascular health. In this study also, the researcher illustrates summarize on how health effect on long-term and short-term when exposed to air pollutant and also investigate the association between air pollution and inflammatory. The third literature review is about the interaction between thermal comfort, indoor air quality, and ventilation energy consumption of educational buildings. The main finding for this study is to identify and discuss the interaction of thermal comfort, indoor air quality, and ventilation energy consumption. Then, next study is human exposure to ozone in school and office indoor environment. The purpose of this study is to investigate the concentration and exposure occurs in indoor and to investigate the concentration and exposure occurs outdoor. The fifth literature review is the effect of particulate matter, total volatile organic compound and comfort parameter on indoor air quality of residents with young children. The main finding for this study is to investigate the three parameter, which is the particle with an aerodynamic diameter of less than 10 micrometer, less than 2.5 micrometer and 1 micrometer, and also total volatile organic compound and the comfort parameter of carbon dioxide temperature and also relative humidity. And lastly, the research about the ambient carbon monoxide and daily mortality, a global time series study in 337 cities. The main finding for this study is to investigate the association between the ambient carbon monoxide pollution and daily mortality in 337 cities. So this is my research framework where this will be my guideline to finish this experiment. There are two parameters in this study, subjective parameter and objective parameter. Subjective parameter is about the thermal sensation and thermal comfort of individual where I will gain the data by using questionnaire that distribute to the staff. Objective parameter is the indoor air quality parameter where I will obtain the data by using the air quality monitoring equipment. So the step for this research will start by the identify the lecturer office room in Factory 3 FTKMP building. Then the preparation for the equipment and tools to monitor the data. After that, I will be observing and measure the physical information of the study area. After done this step, I will proceed by set up the experiment in the study area. The monitoring indoor air quality will be monitored start from the 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. After finish the monitoring and collect the data, indoor air quality and thermal comfort will be analyzed by using the descriptive analysis. Then for the questionnaire will be distributed to staff and calculate the thermal comfort level by using the predictive mean vote and predicted percentage of dissatisfied. Finally, the indoor air quality and thermal comfort will be identified by using linear regression to identify the significant factor that influencing the indoor air quality. After that, the method for my study. This study design that be used a cross-cooperative study. The sampling frame for the study are by using universal sampling and purposive sampling to select the lecturer office room to run this experiment. The sample unit are the selected lecturer office room in Factory 3 FTKMP building, male and female staff aged between 35 until 60 and all staff will be selected for the questionnaire. The data will be collected for this study are the measurement for indoor air quality parameter which is the ozone, nitrogen dioxide, total volatile organic compound, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, temperature, particulate matter and relative humidity. And also the questionnaire for thermal comfort to identify the social demographic, symptom and also the thermal comfort level. However, this finding will be analyzed by using the descriptive analysis, time series plot and multiple linear regression. So these are the equipment to monitor the indoor air quality EVM7 environmental monitor series. So this equipment will be measure the ozone, nitrogen dioxide, total volatile organic compound, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, temperature, particulate matter and relative humidity. Next is the thermal comfort index. To determine the thermal comfort level, I am using predictive mean vote and predicted percentage of dissatisfied. The PMV is an index that aims to predict the mean value of an individual on a 7-point thermal sensation scale from Fahrenheit. The 7 thermal sensation scale are hot, warm, slightly warm, normal, slightly cool, cool and cold. The PMV is calculated on the basis of four measurable quantities, which is the air velocity, air temperature, mean radiant temperature and relative humidity, and also two expected parameter which is the clothing and metabolism. Then the PPD is used to estimate the thermal comfort certification of occupant in a space. However, to achieve the comfort level, the PMV value need to be between negative zero point 0.5 to 0.5 and PPD is less than 20%. Then the hypothesis and research outcome for the study. The hypothesis for the study is the high average level of the indoor air contaminant will increase the health risk among the staff in FTKMP building, and the high average level of indoor air pollutant will decrease the thermal comfort. And the expected result after this research is able to help people to understand the importance of monitoring the indoor air quality and thermal comfort level, and also give beneficial value to staff of lecturer office room in FTKMP building that it is important to maintain the indoor air quality. Finally, my future work and the conclusion for this study. So, I will proceed by distribute the questionnaire to staff in Factory 3 FTKMP building for evaluating the thermal comfort. The indoor air quality in lecture office room at Factory 3 FTKMP building will also be measured and analyzed accordingly by using the equipment. Then, the significant factor that influencing the indoor air quality and thermal comfort in lecturer office room at Factory 3 FTKMP building also will be identified. Last but not least, the researcher will associate the relationship between the indoor air pollutant and thermal comfort in lecturer room at Factory 3 FTKMP building. So that's all for the presentation. Thank you.